The best is yet to come. Do you believe that? Well, it's true. We'll talk about it on how to maximize your joy every day today on the Next Simple Step podcast. I'm Paul Goldsmith. In case you don't listen to the end, let me tell you up front, here's how you enjoy every day. Localize it. That's it. Just decide that you're going to be joyful, that you're going to be content in the moment. There's no get-rich-quick scheme here, because if you think about it, if money was all it took to have joy, there would be no sad, rich people, but of course that's not the case. There are so many false beliefs that many of us, maybe even you, have had about joy. You think if you just got the right job, or once you marry the right person and have the perfect marriage, which doesn't exist, by the way, or once you make a certain amount of money, or maybe for you it was a bigger house. Whatever the thing is that you were pursuing, once you got it, the joy fades. If you want to enjoy every day, you have to stop maximizing every day. This has been a hard-learned lesson from me, a productivity junkie. I've decided to shift gears and become a joy junkie because it's a lot more fun. Now, I'm not talking about momentary happiness, but when I refer to joy, I mean something bigger, an underlying sense of peace, an attitude of your heart and spirit that no matter what the circumstances are, in fact, you may be in really difficult circumstances, joy is underneath. It is a miracle to be alive. Think about all of the different circumstances that had to happen for you to be here right now listening to this. That's amazing. What I've discovered is if I take time every single day to be intentional about enjoying the moments of the day, I do. No matter what happens, I've decided to be a joyful person, and you can too. To do that, you must turn off what Thich Nhat Hanh called radio NST. Now, most of us have a radio playing in our heads 24/7, tuned to NST, or non-stop thinking. And when your mind has all that noise going on constantly, it's difficult to be present and enjoy the moment, to be mindful. Think of all the things you do mindlessly, whether it's scrolling your phone or snacking, or even driving to a place that you've been to 100 times before. How much more enjoyable is it when you are focused on the moment at hand, right in front of you? One of my favorite Psalms is, "Be still and know that I am God." Stop striving. Sit with the moment. Appreciate what you have. It's not just your own mind that's racing. You are bombarded by media every waking moment. I saw this quote the other day that summed it up really well. The greatest need of our time is to clean out the enormous mass of mental and emotional rubbish that clutters our minds and makes all political and social life a mass illness. Without this house cleaning, we cannot begin to see. Unless we see, we cannot think. Isn't that true? The funny thing is, that was written in 1949 by Thomas Merton. What I've discovered is the key to being content is to take it one day and one moment at a time, to be where you are, be present right now, right here, not worrying about what happened before. You can't change that, or worry about what's to come, because the future will unfold. And think about all the times that you were so stressed about a certain event or a conversation, and then you had it, and the actual event or conversation was so much easier than what you had built up in your mind. If you focus on the person or activity in front of you, not only will you have more flow, as we've discussed before, but you're also going to have more contentment in the moment, which brings joy. The London School of Economics actually did a study and found that people's contentment and satisfaction with life follows a U-shaped curve over their lifetime, because when you're young, you're optimistic, you think your life is going to be amazing, And then you hit your 30s and realize it's actually really challenging and might not be as amazing as your grandiose vision in your 20s. But by the time most people reach their 60s and 70s, they realize what's important. They actually underestimate their satisfaction and joy with life. But why wait until you're 60 or 70? Start now. Forget having FOMO. Have some JOMO, the joy of missing out. Because most of the things, the vast majority of things that happen in the world have nothing to do with you. They're not for you. So just decide what's most important to you and eliminate everything else. Protect your joy at all cost. If you have negative people in your life and you don't have to have them in your life, then I would say avoid them. If there's no choice, but you maybe work with somebody that is negative all the time, that's about them, not you. And I think that's where boundaries really come into play. Ask them to stop if they're gossiping or complaining to you and move away. Shut down the conversation. It's not worth your peace. What you pay attention to, you become like, you drift toward. Just think about it when you're driving. If you glance to the right, your car suddenly veers that direction. And the same is true with your mind. If you're obsessed with getting a certain material thing or a certain relationship go a certain way, you're destined to be discouraged and let down. Even if you get the thing or the relationship goes a certain way, take back complete control of your attention day by day, moment by moment. If you're like most people, your joy is lost the second you're outside of integrity. And what does that mean? Integrity means you're doing what you think you ought to be doing. Your mind and body are in the same place, and you're not overcommitted and overstretched mentally in two different places. That's what causes anxiety. Stop striving. Be intentional to be present where you're at and take control of your own attention. I want to leave you with a challenge to actually get outside and soak it in for 5 minutes. You can set a timer on your phone and really see what you notice. Look around. Is it nighttime? Is it day? Notice, is there a wind? Are there birds? Just notice everything around you and get grounded. Your life is too precious. It's too valuable to give your attention away. Take it back and decide to enjoy the moment. You can decide to be a joyful person starting now. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been enjoyable to you. If it's encouraged you, pass it along. If not, you can let me know. The number is 559-574-3210. Or you can reach out on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Paul J. Goldsmith. And I'll talk to you next time on the next Simple Step Podcast.